In their tongue, he's Dovahkiin.
Malaksbane. What's up, everybody? Welcome back. Hope you guys had a fantastic July 4th holiday weekend. I know I personally did. I went down to the lake in Tennessee with some family, had a really good time down there. Maddie really enjoyed herself as well, but I am back from that vacation and I have quite a bit to catch up on. I want to talk to you guys about the Geonosian territory battle, kind of reviewing it, talking about what I liked and didn't like, talk about what I'd like to see them improve upon. But first, I want to talk to you guys about Sith Marauder. I took him up to Gear 13. Several people in my guild also took him up to Gear 13 and started talking about how crazy his damage was. So I had to try it out for myself, and honestly, I was very impressed with what I saw. What you saw in the intro clip where he did, I think, 165,000 to that Malak, that is pretty much the norm for what I have on him. Though, I mean, you do have to keep in mind that I do have some pretty good top tier mods on him at the time, but it's just a matter of stacking up offense on him and letting that Darth Revan lead do the work for you. Now, you're probably wondering what's causing all this damage, and the big thing here is that his Gear 12 finisher adds somewhere close to 700 physical damage onto him. Also gives him 87 armor penetration, I believe, but it's not just that finisher, it's all the gear that he gets at Gear 12. There's a multi-tool, there's a bayonet, and then his two Gear 12 plus pieces, they give a lot of physical damage as well. And what happens is once you get to that new gear level, all those bonuses taken in from that gear are then calculated into your mods. So for him, I'm running 3 offense primary pieces on him. I have an offense arrow on him. You can see I'm running a little bit of bonus speed. This is one of my better mods on him. You can see I'm running some bonus speed, but I'm also giving him some bonus offense. And then down on his cross, offense primary again, also stacking up that bonus offense. And then the squares by default has bonus offense as the primary anyways. And you can see 182 physical damage on the offense secondary as well. So overall, I'm not running him very fast. He's at 207 speed, which is about 40 bonus speed on him, and most that's coming from the arrow. You don't really have to focus a lot of speed on Marauder. If you do have a mirror match against another Sith Marauder, you should make sure yours is faster, but at the same time, just the sheer amount of damage you're going to do with Marauder, it doesn't mean you have to make speed a necessity. You want to stack up that physical damage. You can see I'm almost running 5,400 physical damage on him, but some of the other stats I'm running, 108 offense here on the circle, 130 on the diamond, and then 166 bonus offense on the triangle. And all this comes together with his with his unique, the Force Shall Free Me, where he gets bonus 2% crit chance, offense, and potency for every debuff out on the field. And with the Darth Revan leadership, with the ferocity flying around everywhere, that's a lot of debuffs on your side of the team, and if you're facing a mirror match of Darth Revan, a lot of debuffs there as well. So it's not crazy to see him get plus 200% bonus offense with this, thanks to 50 stacks of ferocity on your team, 50 stacks of ferocity on the enemy team. It's not impossible to see him get 200% bonus offense from his unique, but then you also have the ferocity from Darth Revan, which also gives bonus offense per stack. So with the Darth Revan lead and lots of ferocity flying around everywhere, it's very easy to get 300% bonus offense onto Sith Marauder, and that is some pretty insane bonus offense when you think about it. He's going to hit hard, and you want to use his Saber Throw. This is pretty much a one-shot ability, but his basic can do some really good damage too. If he scores a critical hit with this ability, he is able to reduce the target's max health by 15%, which can't be resisted. I'm not sure if this is blocked by Corrupted Battle Meditation or not from Fallen Vasilov, but this is also very helpful against Darth Malak because Darth Malak has a very large health pool. So if you can reduce the max health on the target, even without killing it with that critical hit, you're still going to do a lot of significant damage to Malak. You can still one-shot him, but if you don't kill him and you land a critical hit, you can reduce the max health instead, which is very helpful when fighting against Darth Malak with his massive health pools, his ability to constantly get health steal. So if you're able to reduce that max health that is going to be very helpful for fighting through that Malak. He's pretty much made to kill Malak in the way he is with Gear 13. He is a great Malak counter. You can throw him against other characters or throw him in with other teams if you really want to, but you're going to lose a lot of bonus offense without the ferocity, though if you're fighting against a Darth Revan team, you're still going to be able to get some pretty good offense bonuses there thanks to his unique, but it's not going to be as strong, and his basic can inflict offense down, but once you get that ferocity going on him and get a lot of debuffs out there, you're going to see that Sith Marauder is going to do a lot of damage, especially with his basic. I've seen people score upwards of 90,000. Someone said they even got 100,000 with his basic, but overall, offense, stacking it on Marauder, making sure he's very strong in the offense department. Don't really have to go for a lot of bonus speed. You can see only 45 bonus speed on my Marauder, so nothing too crazy there. Let's go ahead and go into a battle against a Gear 13 Malak. Let me show you just how good he's going to be against those Malaks. So going into battle here, you're going to see that the enemy's Darth Malak is a little bit faster than mine, and I have a fast Darth Malak. That is one of the strategies I've seen a lot of people employ recently, and what this will do is allow the Darth Malak to get a taunt pretty quickly here. You'll see that I will go ahead shock, and now I have a taunt, or I have the taunt on Darth Malak, but he's going ahead again right away. I'll go ahead and dispel the taunt on Darth Malak, which did not work too well, but you know. So I am basically stuck in a little bit of a loop here where I'm gonna have to try and get through the Darth Malak. At least that's what I usually have to do, but because we have Sith Marauder here, he is already ready to go. There's a lot of debuffs flying around. You can see 12 on Marauder, 10 on my Revan, 11 on Malak. There's a lot of bonus offense already laying around here for Sith Marauder. So he's already supercharged. I'm gonna go ahead and Saber Throw, and look at that, 125,000 really wrecks that Darth Malak pretty quickly. So we'll go ahead, keep working on the lost the poor Sith Marauder there, but that is bound to happen if you are not careful with that kind of thing. We'll go ahead and get out of here, Looney Tunes. I don't need your nonsense right now. We'll go ahead and taunt there. And can we get a fear? No, but we can go ahead and finish off the rest of the team. So you can see, even when things didn't really roll my way, I was still able to wipe out the Darth Malak on the enemy team pretty quickly. And there's some tricks that you guys can use where you can let Malak refresh his Zeta once, where he gets the cooldown resets. You can allow that to go ahead and trigger, allow him to then go ahead and heal once, and then you can go ahead and use a Saber Throw then. That's kind of my optimal thing, is that if I know he's a little bit above the 50% threshold on the health, the Saber Throw should be a guaranteed kill. Now, if you are going to face against a Marauder in a mirror match, this is where speed becomes a little bit more important, because you want to take care of that enemy Marauder before the enemy Marauder can move, because his Saber Throw can really wreck your team. It's not very fun, so speed does play an important factor if you're facing mirror matches. Unfortunately, I don't really have anyone on my squad or on my arena shard who really runs Sith Marauder, so I can't really get footage of this. This was one I'm not able to obtain on my own, unfortunately, but it is a very dangerous team to fight against if you're also using Sith Marauder, and you have to make sure that you can get rid of that Marauder, because otherwise he can take out your Malak, and if you lose your Malak, that puts you at severe disadvantage, or he can take out someone else on your team with his Saber Throw very quickly. And as you guys may have seen in some of these clips already, the basic attack on Marauder is also dealing a lot of damage as well. So overall, Sith Marauder is probably one of my more important characters to Gear 13. A lot of people have been asking me about my important characters to Gear 13 and who I'm going to take to Gear 13 as well. That's another project for hopefully later this week. So there's lots of characters there that I think are really benefiting from Gear 13, but Sith Marauder definitely at the top here, because he is now very deadly in this Darth Revan meta. Definitely someone who was great before at Gear 12, but Gear 13 has put him at this whole new absurd level. He's got a huge amount of health or damage now, and it's really made him a one-shot counter to Darth Malak, especially if someone's still Gear 12. At Gear 13, it's a little trickier. You're not guaranteed to one-shot Malak anymore, but even then, you can still do a lot of damage, and based on where his health is at that point, the Saber Throw can easily one one-shot, or the basic as well, can still do a significant amount of damage. So Sith Marauder, still going to be a very, very important character for taking out Malaks that you're going to be facing against. You could probably you can try to throw him into other teams as well. I'm sure he could find some use in a Traya team, even an Emperor Palpatine team if you really want to go crazy here. But his main use should still be within the Darth Revan squad, and that I think is where the Sith Marauder is going to be to stay for quite a while in the future. So that is going to be it for today's video, guys. Let me know down in the comments, what do you guys think about Sith Marauder at Gear 13? I think he looks pretty crazy. I'm very glad that people in my guild were talking about him and encouraging people to take him to Gear 13. I can see now why people really want to take him up there. I'm very impressed with what he can do on the field now. I really love that he can be such a solid counter. But let me know down in the comments, what do you guys think about Sith Marauder and taking him to Gear 13? As always, guys, thank you all so much for watching. Feel free to like, share, and subscribe. I will talk to you guys later.